We're just talking about some chemical guys stuff. So what's up? What's going on, people? Talk to me. How's your day? How's home life? You detailing your cars? What you doing? Come on, I'm lonely. Talk to me. What are we doing, people? What's up, chemical guys and girls? How are you doing today? Welcome back to the Chemical Guys Newbie series. If you've been following along, I don't know jack squat about detailing, and so I'm learning the process from these awesome individuals who know everything about detailing, and I'm taking you all along on the ride. So if you're a professional, watch this anyway, because there's probably some tips that you might not have thought of. And if you're a complete noob like me, you'll benefit the most out of this series. So check it out.
He doesn't know much about detailing. He doesn't know much about detailing. He's asking lots of questions about everything so we can learn all there is about detailing. He doesn't know much about detailing. He's a chemical guy's noob. He doesn't know much about detailing. He's a chemical guy's noob.
In the last video, we learned how to wash my tires. If you didn't see that previous video, go back and watch it so you can follow along the whole series. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, the whole nine. Slap that notification bell, slap it. We went through the whole process with Nick, super knowledgeable dude. I got him back here again today to show me the next step of the detailing process, which is to wash my car. And we're gonna use the foam blaster, which I've never used before. It hooks up to your garden hose. So anybody can do it. You're at home, you hook it up to the garden hose, you can detail in your driveway. It's pretty amazing. So let's get started. Here's the problem. It rained in California. It doesn't always do that, but it did. And my car got a little messy. There's stuff all over it. I park under a tree, and there's a lot of dirt and debris and stuff. So we're gonna take this opportunity to learn how to foam my car. I think that is the best way to do it. So I'm gonna go grab Nick. What's up, Nick? So we did the tires last time.
That's right.
I, at home, don't have a lot of equipment. I do have a garden hose, and I know that we have a product called the foam blaster, which connects right up to the garden hose, but I don't know how to use it. Maybe we can show everybody at home how to do that and show me how to do it.
Sounds like a good idea to me.
Cool.
Let's do it.
For this, I have selected the V07 Car Wash soap, only because it's the same color as my car. But I don't know what it is.
So V07 is a gloss enhancing soap which also lays down a lot of suds because that acts as lubrication for your car, so you're obviously not scratching it as you're washing. But on a car like yours, like you had said, it matches the color, and it's also going to help enhance the vibrancy of your paintwork. All the soaps have a different purpose. Basically, some will have more gloss enhancers, some have wax, some are more concentrated. But this soap, it actually has a gloss boosting agent that helps to enhance the color of vibrant colors such as oranges, reds, yellows, and also like brighter blue colors.
So the color doesn't necessarily have to match your car. As long as it's one of those vibrant colors, this thing's gonna give you some extra high gloss. So we've got a couple buckets here.
The 2-bucket method is kind of what's standardized now because you want 1 bucket for your wash and then 1 bucket for your rinse. And then we also recommend using 2 dirt traps, which are these plates that have these cones on there, and basically as you rub your washment against it, you're forcing the dirt from the microfiber of your washment or your sponge, and then it forces it underneath, and then it gets trapped underneath these platforms, kind of like a fish trap or a one-way door. Basically, you put them in at an angle, press them all the way to the bottom, and this will kind of keep the dirt from rising up into your fresh water and all that kind of good stuff. So we need to set up the buckets with water. We also need to fill up your foam gun, and then we can get started with the foaming and washing process.
Cool. I'm gonna do this so I can learn the process. I'm gonna hand this camera over to Nick and fill up these buckets, baby. What is this attachment?
Fire hose nozzle?
Fire hose nozzle.
The jet stream.
So we sell this as well. This basically makes a good stream of water, I think, right? Oh, okay, definitely works. I'm gonna come over here and I guess fill these guys up with some water. Any advice on how much to fill them?
So those are 5-gallon buckets, and you probably want to do about 4 gallons just so you have some space at the top.
Now I'm gonna take my dirt trap, right, at a 45-degree angle. Insert that bad boy.
Using geometry now?
So I'm gonna wipe off this lens real quick and we'll be right back.
There's a few ways that you can obviously wash your car. So you can start by rinsing it down and then foaming it, or if you've got like caked on mud or really dried stuff on the surface, you can foam it first. This way the soap kind of helps to soften and loosen it all so that it's not scratching as it rinses off. But for this case where it's not heavily, dirty, it's not really that kind of grimy, but we'll start by rinsing it down from the top, working your way to the bottom, and then we can go into the foaming process.
So I guess I'm back on the hose.
Ooh, poor choice of words.
I love the hose. Wait. Hose me down, tiny dancer. Hose my car down with the fire hose. Starting at the top. Okay, I gotta get some slack in here. So what I'm aiming right now, I'm playing this like a video game. I'm trying to get all the little pieces off my car.
Going crazy with it. Blast all that stuff out of here.
How's my technique?
So here's a newbie thing that a lot of people do, is you let the hose wrap against your paintwork.
Damn, that's a newbie thing. What do I do? How do I fix this, Nick? Do I put it around my shoulder?
Well, you don't need to go that far, but just basically as long as you keep the hose away from the paint, it's all good.
This is our foam blaster. I assume I put some soap in here to the line where it says soap?
Yeah, that's about 3 ounces.
Okay. So I used to bartend, and I would assume this is, whoa, one too many, okay. I was a terrible bartender.
So you poured heavy.
I was definitely a terrible bartender. That looks like about 3 ounces. Maybe, all right.
There you go.
That's probably 3, right? 3 squirts?
Yeah, about that much.
Cool. And then I'm going to stick this on here.
Yeah.
Rotate.
Attach the nozzle back to the canister.
Cool.
Uh-oh.
This hooks up to your garden hose.
Yep.
And then we got a portable blaster, I guess, right?
Exactly.
What would you do in here? Just put
About
some-
the same amount.
The
2 or 3
same?
ounces.
I like this color, I gotta say.
This will just give
Cool.
your wash mitt the same lubricating and cleaning power as your foam blaster.
Cool. So I'm gonna connect this to the hose, and we'll do a little slow motion montage, or maybe, would you guys like to see an action montage? Choose the next montage of the next video in the comments below. Let me know if you wanna see an action sequence, or you wanna see like a slow-mo, or maybe a serious sequence, maybe a dramatic sequence.
Now we're talking.
Let me know what kind of sequence you wanna see on the next video. This one is gonna be slow-mo. Nice, that was an epic foam up. Nick's posing for a magazine shoot right now.
I'm doing the mannequin challenge right
The
now.
mannequin challenge. We got some products here. It's kind of cool. You know, sometimes we give away products on our Instagram page, so you should probably go follow us on Instagram if you don't already. You can get some cool giveaways and things of that nature. So now,
So we
I
have
see
our
some wash mitts.
2 wash mitts here. These are the Chenille microfiber wash mitts. And what I recommend doing is before you go right into the bucket of soap, what you do is just kind of soften them up by putting them in your clean water. As many of you know, a wet microfiber attracts more. So this way it'll trap more of the soap on there, more of the foam. And then we're going to start at the top just like we do when we're rinsing it and foaming it, and then work our way down. I refer to it as like peeling an onion where you're going to work in layers. And the reason being that your flat surfaces is where a lot of the stuff's going to land, because obviously that's how gravity works. And then towards the bottom of the car, like your rocker panels and things like that, that's where the road grime is going to stick. So on top, you're going to have a lot of abrasive particles like dirt and grime or tree sap. And on the bottom, you're going to have things like tar and road grimes. You don't want to bring things like this up into areas that are potentially not as dirty. Working in layers is just a precaution.
I've also been called abrasive at times, so working in layers on me is also a precaution.
Also, Jason is single. He is ready to mingle. I work from the center out, working in linear motions, or in straight lines as they also call it. And the reason for that is so that you're not leaning over the vehicle as much as possible. Also, if you're wearing jewelry like a watch or rings, it's a good time to take that kind of stuff off, because that can scratch the paint very easily, and that's incredibly noticeable. So take off anything that's going to be really sharp. And if you're wearing a belt, what I do is I move it off to one side or the other. This way you're not pressing up against the car and potentially scratching it also.
Nice.
So this was just a ploy to get me to wash your car, huh?
Nope, I'm gonna do it myself.
Good.
But I wanted you to show me the proper technique first.
So since we've done a lot of the area of the vehicle and we also started picking up some of the dirt, we're gonna push the wash mitt up against the dirt trap, which now you can't see because there's foam in the water, but basically you're gonna have to take my word for it that I'm pressing it all the way at the bottom of the bucket and I'm scrubbing against the dirt trap, trying to get as much of the dirt off the surface of the wash mitt. And we're gonna take it outside of the bucket. We'll wring it out here to get as much of the dirt out. And also this will keep the freshwater bucket kind of clean, or as clean as possible. And then we'll grab some more soap and then just continue the same process.
I'm gonna set this camera up and time lapse this. It's starting to rain now. I'm not sure if you can see the rain.
Now we're gonna see how well we can dry it in the rain.
Looks like you're getting a little help from the man upstairs on this wash. Here's the deal. Mother Nature is a cruel mistress, and she really wanted to see us detail again, which is why she started raining on the car.
Of course.
However, if you don't have a garage to pull your car in, I'm sorry, you're just gonna have to wait for the rain to clear. In this case, we pulled my Veloster into the garage bay, and I really, as a newbie, I have no idea what to do about this. Like, I would just probably just dry it at this point, but that sounds like it might be a bad idea, Nick. I don't know.
So, I mean, that is okay just to go into the drying process, but since the car was outside for a little bit and there was potential for dirt or the winds to kick up things that are abrasive onto the surface, we want something that's going to lubricate as we dry, so that's why we're using afterwash. And what's great about this is it's going to break the surface tension between the surface of the vehicle and the water drops so you're not getting water spots, but also think of it as like a quick detail sprayer or waterless wash where it's picking up abrasive particles of dirt or anything that we may have missed. And it's also going to encapsulate it so we're not scratching it as we wash or dry.
That looks like the woolly mammoth. Any special features about this towel?
Aside from it being really plush, it's also very soft, so you can use it on any color car, but it works well on dark colors. A lot of people ask us what's the best way to dry dark colors like black or dark blue. The woolly mammoth is always my recommendation because it's very soft, so it's not going to scratch, but it also absorbs a lot of water. This way you're not constantly going back with a second towel or having to wring this one out. It traps a lot of it without having to go around the vehicle multiple times or causing streaks. But it also works well with your afterwash. So you can simply spray it on the surface. We'll start here maybe on the fender or the hood. I know you want to start at the top of the car, which I just forgot to do, but you know, sometimes I make mistakes. And I know you're thinking, Nick, no way, you're awesome. But I do make mistakes sometimes. So same thing here on the hood though. It will work on the rest of the vehicle. Just a couple sprays. And as you see it running off, what it's doing is it breaks that surface tension, the water tension that's causing the droplets. And then we can take our towel here. And you can also use two methods of drying, which is the pat method, which you lay it on the surface, nice and flat. I tend to just lay it out and then kind of move it around. A lot of people do. Yeah, a lot of people do that, but I don't see the point in slapping my car.
Yeah,
so.
Don't slap my car.
Yeah.
You could slap my car any day, Nick.
I would never do that.
Wow, look at that. Nice and dry, shiny, compared to this other side, which is soaking wet thanks to Mother Nature.
And you can also use the traditional lay the towel down and then roll it as you go to dry off the vehicle.
It's a great technique. All right guys, so there you have it. We washed the car with V07 car soap and the foam blaster attached to your garden hose. We used the 2-bucket method utilizing 2 dirt traps and a couple Chenille wash mitts. We learned how to wash properly using linear motions and starting from top down to the bottom of the car. And then Mother Nature hit and we learned how to dry the car indoors. So drop those likes and comments down below how you want the slow motion montages in the next one. Do you want them epic? Do you want them dramatic? Do you want them silly? Leave that down below and we'll see you next time.